Are you thinking about starting a business? Are you a young person who cares about the environment? Do you have nothing better to do with your time? Well, we have the game for you. Eco and Eco is a strategy-based card game where its players will need to use their Business and Ecology knowledge to make decisions that would help their in-game businesses become monetarily successful than their competition, while still being eco-friendly. So that economics degree your parents pressured you into getting might actually come in handy for once. Every decision counts, as choices made early on in each match will have lasting consequences for every player in the game. Being too wasteful and or destructive will lead to an ecological collapse, which means every player will lose the game. Which is bad. Players must find a balance between running a successful business without destroying the environment. In their endeavors to become the most profitable business in the competition, each player must carefully budget the finite resources of nature. Greed will lead to the downfall of their business, for if the players do not give nature to regenerate its resources naturally, they will leave the world a barren wasteland. Players must put aside their greed, and create a healthy, beneficial relationship between themselves and the world around them. The language which we use throughout our game is easily understood by the layman. There is no complicated language that is only used by experts in the field. We tried our best to be as accessible as we could be for a general audience. The goal of our game is to teach players how their actions, choices running a business could have lasting consequences on the environment around them. So chasing the bag has risks involved. At the beginning of the game, each player will be able to select one card that will be the type of business which they will be for the game. After each player has chosen their business type, they will return the other cards to the pile. Each player will draw 7 random decision cards from the specified pile for each round. The game will be divided in 3 rounds, each composed of 3 turns. At the start of each turn, the first player will choose one of their decision cards and play it as their company's decision for the turn. Each player will do this in order until all of the players have played a decision card. Once everyone has played their decision cards, the next turn will start, where the players will choose a new decision card and resolve any special cards if applicable. Players will continue until the 3 turns pass and they all have chosen 3 cards. Once this stage is reached, players return all of their cards in hand to the deck and then they count all of their money points and pollution points. The second round starts after this. In the second round, each player will receive a new hand of 7 new decision cards. If the pollution counter reaches a numeric milestone, apply the appropriate punishment that will affect the rest of that round. The process is repeated again for the second and third rounds. When everyone finishes their last turn, the game is over. Count up all the money points that each player got alongside any modifiers they might have gotten done to the cards and figure out their final score. The player with the most money points at the end wins the game. The way in which we designed the game was so that we could show a realistic experience that follows most real-world constraints. At the same time, we wanted to make it simple and entertaining, so we had to design the gameplay and the visuals to be as appealing as possible while at the same time being realistic. We also wanted to think of the design of the game to be appealing to the eye while also having a functioning purpose. We believe that by designing the game in this way, we are able to make the game fun but also quite effective at being informative. Our main insight throughout the game design experience was that we needed to figure out how to integrate the people fun aspect when the overall transformative fun mission of the game. We found that our main concept and fun aspect of the gameplay needed to be properly integrated together, or our game would be attractive for others to try and play. We found that conducting playtesting really opened our eyes to these issues that we did not consider strongly before because we were so focused on making the game transformative. After the second playtesting session, we decided to add more engaging cards to encourage players to interact more with each other during this multiplayer game. Maybe you do want to be a complete Scrooge and earn boatloads of cash while the world crumbles around you. That's fine too. Heck, you can play however you want in Eco and Eco. Do you want to run a hardware store that sells nothing but recycled cardboard furniture? We got that. Do you want to be environmentally friendly by selling expired beef to not waste food? Why not? Wanna sell flowers that produce carbon dioxide instead of oxygen at your flower shop? No problem. You can do that. With Eco and Eco, you can run your business however you want. The choice is yours. Maybe you wanted to break up your lifelong friendships over a card game? Don't worry about that either. Eco and Eco has the perfect solution for you and your antisocial ways. Introducing Saboteur cards. Experiment with these annoyingly disruptive cards to backstab your friends when they least expect it. If you play your cards right, your friends will be asking themselves why they were ever friends with you to begin with by the end of the game. But maybe you want to be a goody two-shoes and be the popular business on the block. With alliance cards, you can do just that and fulfill your power fantasy of having friends. Become the best friend ever by forming alliances with other players to get more of that cash. Or just backstab your friends and play Saboteur cards. The choice is yours. Warning. Playing Eco and Eco may cause loss of sight, spatial awareness and friends. Prolonged exposure to Eco and Eco may cause depression, weight gain, anxiety, and or increased blood pressure. Do not play Eco and Eco if you are currently drinking. Soul Calibur Bois will not be responsible for destruction of property caused by playing Eco and Eco. If you are pausing the video to read this disclaimer, hi. If you have specific questions about Eco and Eco and its effect on your interpersonal relationships, please reflect on your life choices. If you do not find this disclaimer funny, please reevaluate your sense of humor. Consult your therapist if Eco and Eco is right for you.